So why don't we start with a quick introduction, name, company, and a little bit about your company. And Liz, we'll start with you.
Liz Coleman, Paul Gauguin Cruises. Thank you for having us. I am a whole big fleet of 2 now. Our main stay is the Gauguin, which sails out of the South Pacific, specifically French Polynesia, although we do have some sailings to Southeast Asia and Australia this summer. And then the newest vessel is called the Terra Moana. She sleeps 88 guests and will sail out, or it actually is currently sailing out of Europe, and then we'll come back and do the Caribbean and Latin America in November and December. I spoke of her last year, but now we've got a year and a half under our belt and everything is going swimmingly well.
Perfect. Thank you. Kathy.
I'm Kathy Cercelli from Crystal Cruises, and we'll be celebrating our 25th anniversary next year. So we also have a fleet of 2 ships, and the Crystal Symphony, the Crystal Serenity, which are approximately about 1,000 passengers. And we are a luxury all-inclusive product. And you'll be hearing a little bit more about us later.
Perfect. Thank you. Chris.
I'm Chris Greco with Windstar Cruises, and we're all about casual elegance, making it your own personal yacht experience. We just recently doubled our fleet. We're up to 6 now. Our newest baby, the Star Pride, is actually sailing right now. She will go to some new places for us in the fall, Asia and Arabia. And we've also taken one of our other sailing yachts, the Wind Spirit, and this, actually, the 22nd of this month, we're going to be sailing her in Tahiti. So look for that.
So Liz is thrilled about that.
Yeah.
Oh, we go way back.
Well, Liz isn't here.
Florentina.
So I'm Florentina Floresco with Star Clippers, and Star Clippers is a small luxury cruise line that offers its guests a truly authentic sailing experience. We have 3 ships, Royal Clipper, Star Clipper, and Star Flyer. Our ships are small, more in an intimate size, carrying 170 to 227 passengers. Our guests enjoy the amenities of a modern yacht, and we sail throughout the Caribbean and Mediterranean.
Perfect. Jordana.
Hi, I'm Jordana Bodding with Norwegian Cruise Line. Norwegian Cruise Line has been in the cruise industry for over 45 years, breaking boundaries in the industry. We're most notably known for is our freestyle cruising concept. All of our ships, our 13 beautiful ships, are purposely built for freestyle cruising. Our entire fleet has been completely refurbished, so we have all new ships out there. We just introduced the Norwegian Getaway out of Miami, the sister ship to the Norwegian Breakaway, into our fleet this year. And in 2015, we're going to be introducing the Norwegian Escape into our fleet. So we're really excited to welcome our new ships into our fleet.
Thank you. Terry.
I'm Terry Fuolo with Oceania Cruises, and we're a midship fleet of 5 ships, did I say that correctly? And it's Regatta, Insignia, and Nautica, but the Marina and the Riviera are really the hallmark of our fleet. And mid-sized vessels, 30,000 tons, 684 guests to 1,200 guests, cruises from 7 days to 6 months at sea.
Thanks.
Stephen Scott with Royal Caribbean. We have 23 ships around the world, and we are certainly the cruise line that's going to be bringing out new innovations and new exciting types of staterooms for any type of guest that you have. And we certainly, New York City and New Jersey, we are really pushing for this market. We're bringing out the Quantum of the Seas that launches in November, and we are then following that with the Freedom Class ship called Liberty of the Seas, and then Anthem of the Seas will make its North American debut here at Cape Liberty as well next year. So we're very excited, and thanks for having me here.
Great. Thank you. Jason.
I'm Jason Douglas Harris with Celebrity Cruises. Celebrity Cruises is a premium product. Hopefully everybody's familiar with it. We're also ranked top 5 in the large cruise ship category. What I wanted to come and share with you today, and I actually have a package for everybody. We talk about our new programs and partnerships, one being the Canyon Rand partnership, who's going to be our new wellness provider. For the foodies, we have Top Chef coming on board to partner with us. So please stop by and say hi, and welcome to everybody that's not here.
I'm Lucille DiPiero with SeaDream Yacht Club. We own 2 sister vessels, SeaDream 1 and 2. We love exploring those small little ports of call that the large ships can't get in. And as a result, we have maximum 112 guests with 95 staff. We're known for our cuisine, our service, and our value.
Wow, thank you, everybody. What a panel. So I'd love to start with sort of getting a pulse on how we're feeling business is. So show of hands from the panelists if business is up over last year. Some of you changed your answers from last year.
My answer remains the same. We're still on pace, which is good news for the Gauguin. The Terra Moana is the newest vessel to our fleet, so we're still, business is actually great. We do have a little bit of space for this summer though, and I think part of that, because we put her in the water last year, part of that is people are still understanding that we have actually a new vessel out there. But just as a testament to like, oh, now I have it, there are only 10 sailings available on the Terra Moana next year. So we're doing really well, but we can even do better. I think there's opportunity, but we are on pace, which I think is a good news story.
Since everybody else now thinks that business is up, why don't we talk a little bit about why you think that there's been a shift? Why are we having the year that you guys are having? Anybody want to sort of?
Stock market helps.
So economy's getting better, new product, greater awareness of the cruise industry, airfare. What do you guys think?
With Norwegian Cruise Line, it's our new product. We just introduced the Norwegian Getaway into our fleet and the introduction of the Norwegian Breakaway. We're driving a lot of business and demand that for people who have never been on a cruise ship. These ships are attracting those people, those first-time cruisers. CLIA statistics still say 80% of people still haven't cruised, so there's a lot of people out there that we need to get on to fill these ships.
It's amazing. It truly remains an untapped market in many cases. Kathy?
With us, in the past 2 years, we have been able to get our itineraries out faster and sooner. And so we've just found that people are booking earlier. I mean, we already have our 2017 World Cruise out. We've got 2016. I've got 2015 brochures here, so we've been opening everything up earlier. People are just booking earlier. And that has helped a lot.
So from the audience, how are you guys feeling? Business is up? Not sure? Flat? I mean, in the cruise space overall, you know, demand? About the same, Jenny?
I mean, I just got a booking, and they wanted a river cruise, and we couldn't find what they wanted for September, so I just got, okay, September 13th, 2015, put on the deposit. So.
I mean, overall, I think it's very much a growing market. It's an untapped market that's out there. So hopefully today we can come away with some ideas of maybe how we can figure out how to grow our cruise sales. That's the goal for this. In years past, we've made it, this panel has migrated from very technical, like how many cabins, what are your new product, that sort of stuff, to bigger picture. I'd like to keep this on a bigger picture level. We all have strong advisors here, they know how to sell, but we really help to differentiate between your product. So why don't we talk a little bit about the one thing that you don't think we know about you? So if you had to come away saying you're convinced we never knew this about your product, what would be the one thing? And we can start anywhere, I don't want to take on anybody. So.
Okay, I'll tell my story. I think people, when they sign up for, sign up with you to go someplace or do something, they're always looking for an experience. And I think Paul Gauguin Cruises delivers a unique experience. And what I mean by that is the story I'm about to tell. We just completed our last sailing in Italy. We were doing the Amalfi Coast, and there were two people who had previously, they swam the English Channel. And so these guests approached the captain, who was very accessible, because again, only sleeps 88 guests, and they said, you know what, we're going from here to here, we would like to swim it. And so guess what? We let them swim it. It was a 2-mile swim in the open water. And while I know Kimberly was saying, oh, it could be a liability issue, our guests were so excited that they were able to route these people on. We had a Zodiac going alongside of them the whole way to make sure that they were safe. and there was this big welcoming committee at the other end. And the guests love it, of course, the individuals who swam it were happy because they swam it. But the point is that things happen on our vessels all the time that you could never repeat in a brochure because it might not happen again. There's always something unique that happens each and every sailing, both on the Gauguin and the Terra Moana. So if you really want to up the ante a little bit, give them something different, think about one of our sailings in the South Pacific or on the Terra Moana for the areas that we cover.
Great, thank you. Okay, somebody else, tell me something I don't know.
Something new that we're doing is a series called A Life in the Theater. And it's because one of our sales staff in Miami is a former dancer and singer from Broadway. And so he's got these great connections, and we've never really been known for our entertainment. And we decided to put in this wonderful program, and Andrew McArdle, who is the original Annie on Broadway, just turned 50, looks like 35, and sings like a powerhouse. We'll be hosting the first voyage. It's October 29th, Athens to Monte Carlo. And to do the little commercial, it includes prepaid gratuities, $500 shipboard credit, unlimited internet access, and these 8 different opportunities to spend time with the celebrity. So it's something brand new, we've never done it before, and we will continue to do it. We're just not at liberty to tell you who the next celebrity is because we don't want to diminish the promotion that we're doing with Andrew McArdle herself.
Great. Kathy?
I said this before, but Crystal's not the wheelchair and walker cruise line anymore. So we really have put a huge emphasis on appealing to the younger crowd. We've grown our family business a lot. A lot of agents do not know that we have a huge family program. I'm not going to go into that, but talking about, so we love kids, we have kids programs, but more importantly, we've really upped our cuisine. We have, molecular cuisine on board now. We have new site running, it's jogging shore excursions for people who want to jog. We've got bicycling shore excursions. We put on more youthful entertainment with Illuminate on board, a Rocket Man, which is Elton John. We relax and dress. So we really have, we've got shorter cruises. We've got 5, 6, 7-day cruises. So we are really going after the younger market because we know, and I think you guys...
Define the younger market, what's your new demographic?
I'm talking about 35, 40, and families. Those are the people that are coming on with their families. So, we all know that if we don't, you all know your clients are getting older, and we have to find new clients.
Great. Yeah, Giovanna.
I'm going to touch base on the Pride of America. We are the only cruise line that cruises in Hawaii, and we just did a $30 million renovation on the Pride of America. So she has received all the bells and whistles like our other fleet. We have the Taroscaria on board. We're still doing that fabulous 7-night itinerary with over 100 hours in ports of call. But what's really new is we just launched our air promo out of JFK, so we do have a pre-package for your clients, including air, 2 nights hotel at the Sheraton Marriott in Waikiki there, and the wonderful 7-day cruise on a whole refurbished ship. So it's great. We just added new suites and villas on the top of the ship too as well, and we have 4 of those wonderful solo staterooms in the Pride of America.
Terrific. Who else? Tell us something we don't know.
SeaDream,
ladies first.
SeaDream Yacht Club is yachting, not cruising. So we're very different from a lot of the cruise experiences. There's only 112 maximum guests and 95 staff. The 2 things that come to mind are cuisine and wine. In our mostly inclusive tariff, our cuisine, we've earned the accolades from all the publications for the finest cuisine on the sea in the small ship category. Not only do foodies find our cuisine fabulous, but those who are looking for a wellness menu, those who are looking for gluten-free, and now we even have a raw menu. Also, we pour wine with lunch and dinner and all day long if you like, but we also have a wine cellar with over 3,000 estate and specialty wines. As a result, this September and October, we have 3 European voyages that are going to be focused on wine and wine connoisseurs. And then on a Lisbon-San Juan repositioning, a transatlantic voyage, we've invited a travel writer from Sweden. She's very well known in Europe, and she is going to be educating people on wine. So it's another target market that we're looking at.
Super, so other people, Valentina.
So for us, we are not really a windjammer, we are a luxury yacht. And sometimes luxury, it doesn't consist only into the tread count or multiple dining options. It's perhaps mostly about new experiences, unique experiences. And what our guests do, they are able to climb the mast, they are able to help with the sail, host the sails, take the helm. So these are a couple of unique experiences for you to keep in mind for your clients.
Perfect, yes, Jason.
I alluded to new programs that we have. One that we created is called the Suite Class. And essentially it's a program that that's booked in a suite will be an all-inclusive, they'll have an all-inclusive package. What that means is that they'll have a private dining room, they'll have free internet access, beverage packages, a concierge lounge, and it's going to be broken into tiers, so based on different categories. Once again, it's in the packet I have, so please read up on it. And I think it's something your clients can really resonate.
And that's rolling out.
It can be booked now for 2015.
Great, thank you.
We have launching next week is a new complete redesign to our pre-cruise planner website. So the new launch name is going to be Cruise Planner. And the incredible thing about this site is that it will evolve and be dedicated, specialized to that specific guest itinerary. So they won't see all the noise of everything else sailing around the world. When they log in, they put in their information, everything will be geared towards their sailing. And it will make it that much easier to plan their trip and that much easier for you to be able to help them create the vacation of their dreams.
Probably a very loaded question, but I just thought of it. Will it be co-branded with the agency, or will our agent maybe be listed on that website? Or is there still a point of reference where we're connected to them once they've booked?
It is Royal Caribbean focused, but once they enter in their information, they will see Valerie Wilson compensation.
Sure. Great answer.
Well, I'll keep it simple. For 2015, all of our sailings now include a private excursion experience, like a 2-day Luxor excursion, Hoi An Temple, Vietnam, dinner, Ephesus, all included in all of our 2015 sailings. So that's something new that we're doing for our 2015 programs.
Great, thank you. A question from the audience, or? Yeah, Jane.
Does everybody have, if clients want private shore excursions, do you offer that, or everybody has?
Yes.
Everybody does? No, private shore excursions.
Please explain. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
let's say we have a client that doesn't want to take the, SeaDream's regular client, they want it privately done. Is that
No.
something we can work with you to, or?
Yes, we can, but we don't offer them regularly. What we will do is import help you,
Right, okay.
parent driver, that type of
Right.
thing, individual.
We have 3 levels of shore excursions. There's the regular motor coach, there's the OC or the Oceania cruises, select, and it's a van for maybe 14 to 16
Oh.
passengers. Then there's private car.
Oh, okay, that's good. Whenever you have it.
Yes.
Yes.
Other questions? Great question. So why don't we move a little bit to the family market? Show of hands of who's family friendly?
Depending on the age?
So why don't we define that? And Lucille, you had a great answer last time, so why don't you say that again? I can't remember. Children in double digits.
No, double digits.
Double
really.
digits.
12, 13 and up, traveling with parents and grandparents. We do a lot of cross-generational groups, small family groups.
Great. Terry?
And we have children's programs on select sailings in Alaska only. We don't deny families boarding. We always just say it's the au pair or mommy and daddy and the grandparents have to handle the kids. But it's a really great program in Alaska. It's just very structured with cooking classes, since we're the Foodies Cruise Line, but also arts classes and things like that. So there's a lot of different things. But check with Rez or the Sales Resource Center as to which voyages they are in Alaska.
Great. Valentina?
So we welcome children of all ages on board, but we don't have a kids program. But I would say the product is more suitable for older children, more I would say pre-teenage and teenage children, because they can participate in all these activities, do the water sports. So that's, I would say, well, the younger one running around on open deck and other playing.
And Chris?
Well, we do take children from age 7, but typically we find the double-digit ages, 12, 13. A lot of our guests have experienced traveler children. We also get the multi-generational travel, certainly the grandparents bringing grandchildren on board. Mostly our demographic tends to be couples. We're getting quite a few 30-somethings and honeymoon couples as well.
Great. So, yeah.
Real quick, our demographic is changing. Our clientele is a lot younger than it was in the past. And because of that, we're getting a lot more families traveling with us. So we've enhanced our children's programming to be more robust. So I know we wasn't known for that in the past, but we do have a great program in place now.
Perfect. So hang on. So what I'd love to do for those who are family friendly, or and we have a few that are very family friendly. What's the one amazing thing that you love about your ship that caters towards kids?
So on the Gauguin in particular, because I think that's the one that's more family friendly, is during the summer sailings and the last 2 sailings of the year, we offer the Ambassadors of the Environment program, which is the Jean-Michel Cousteau program. Caters to children 9 to 17 years old. It's a very experiential, hands-on experience. They hike, they play games on the beach, they learn about the environment, they learn about the marine life, they swim with the stingrays and the sharks. It is, and I think the home run is the fact that parents can participate along with their children so they can experience this wonderful, exotic place in the world, but you see it through their eyes, yet you're enjoying it at the same time as well. I personally have experienced it, and it is to die for. Please, please think about your families, multi-generational families, to participate and join us.
Great. Who wants to follow that one? Yeah, okay.
Well, that was fantastic. I'm already
There's your next slide.
That's right.
You have a booking.
Just turned 34, so right on time. So I certainly, Royal Caribbean, of course, we've got a fantastic program from nursery on up for families. But certainly launching with the quantum class this November will be something that will be extraordinary, which is internet access that will be as fast as every other cruise ship in the world combined on that one ship. So Quantum, Anthem, and the Oasis class will be expanded to that speed of internet. And that's amazing for the children, especially when you talk about that luxury level client. They want their children to have a great time on board just like they do off and on land. And this will give them that access to be able to stay connected throughout their trip.
Great. Who else? Yeah.
All right, so one thing, there's so much on board Norwegian Cruise Line ships for the children to do, starting with the Nickelodeon at sea, but I'll stick with what I said in the last panel is I literally got kicked out of our kids club because we have so many cool things going on. And one of them is like Surf Dreams and Dinner. We actually teach the kids how to juggle, so it's very interactive. We're getting them away from the games like the iPods and all of that stuff and getting them interactive, getting them playing and stuff and doing some more fun things on board of our ship. So they'll either get to play with Cirque, they'll get to do computer classes. A fun thing I just saw on board the ship is we did a Michael Jackson flash dance where the kids in the teen club broke out into a flash dance into the middle of the ship. So there's lots of fun things to do on board.
And Kathy?
Well, believe it or not, we actually get about 150 to 200 kids per sailing in the summer. So what we do is, first of all, we try to move them away. You know, we're a lot smaller than you guys. So we'll move them away from where the crowds of adults are, so that we don't get any complaints from the people who aren't loving kids. But we do, we tend to tailor the things to what the kids like after a day or two. But one of the unique things we do is, being Japanese-owned cruise line, we have sushi making classes for them. So that's kind of something different, besides all the other different things that we do.
Yeah. One other thing I want to mention, third person always sails free on both the Terra Moana and the Gauguin. So it does allow, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend 3 grown adults, but if you have a child, it's really a great way to be able to experience it.
Yeah, we also offer kids sail free on quite a number of sailings, and then we have a lot of excellent pricing or next to nothing pricing for a third berth, so always contact me. Rez will give you the third berth price, but always just come to me and we'll work out something.
Terrific. So Jason or Stephen, I don't remember which one of you, who has the GoPro and they make their own videos?
Yeah, you know, kids, they want more out of their vacation also. They want to be able to participate in what they want to do. So, you know, we came up with programs that were really enticing to kids. So we have the GoPro camera that they wear on their head. As they run around the ship, they're creating their own memories while they're on vacation. In addition to, what was the other point I had made? Not karaoke, DJ. Scratch DJ is one of our partners. So kids can learn how to mix and become a DJ while they're on the vacation.
From first-hand experience, I did celebrity with my kids in February, and Andrew, who's turning 14, thought it was like the coolest kids program ever. He did love Royal Caribbean the year before, but I kind of felt like he gravitated towards this one a little bit more. It was very well done. So let's talk. There's so much clutter in the marketplace right now. There is so much information. Beth, you used the phrase in the earlier panel that information is coming to us through a fire hydrant size hose, and I'd love for you to talk a little bit about what Virtuoso is doing for us.
Right, so we know that you're getting a lot of information every single day, so we're trying to reduce that fire hose to a garden hose by offering you cruise news every other week, and we will be the filter for you. We only post 6 items every time we post it. It's an opt-in choice. So if this is something you're interested in, please give me your card and I'll opt you in. But it really highlights the promotions that are out there that we can kind of get through all the clutter and make sure that you're on top of it. And then all of these wonderful preferred suppliers are a part of that. So.
Great, thank you. So I'd love to hear from your words. What's one tool that your company uses that can help our advisors get through the clutter as well? So we're done.
What we just launched, and I would like to thank you all for being so patient with our phone systems over the past month, but we just launched a new system called the Universal Agent. So everything is done under one system, so our group bookings and our FIT bookings are all seen under one system. So when you call and recognize yourself to either one of our reservation agents, or you go online through bookncl.com, you're going to be recognized as a Virtuoso agency and that you're part of Valerie Wilson. And you will get to see all the promos and the best promos that are available in one-stop shopping. We also have partners.ncl.com, which is our marketing headquarters. And on marketing headquarters, we have all the terms and conditions, all the marketing pieces for every promotion that we have, that you guys can brand it for Valerie Wilson Travel too as well. So it's one-stop shopping. Partners.ncl.com, we usually have all of the marketing materials 2 or 3 days early before the event launches. So.
Terrific. Who else has got some great tool that they want to share?
Well, on our travel agent site, if you register for our travel agent site, you just go on there with one click, it shows you every promotion that's out there. So it's really easy to access. You just go on there and it's right on there.
And when you call in to make a booking, the res agents recognize VWT immediately as a Virtuoso agency. So you'll get the Virtuoso specials offered to you. They'll also be able to see what I call the Lorenzo groups. And these are the groups that Lorenzo and I put together for each future season. So you have all the spec space now through November of 15 already on the books. And by the way, it's combinable with our current promotion, Your World on Sale. It's also combinable with CPP, the American Express Platinum Program. So you have voyages where we truly are all-inclusive. You're getting shipward credits maybe up to $500 or $800 along with gratuities, and we always include the round trip air. Don't forget to use our Sales Resource Center. Adolfo is our account executive. He's the fellow who covers my region. And there's other great staff in that department as well. So use the res agents as well as the Sales Resource Center.
So how many of you have short videos? There seems to be so much buzz out there today that part of the selling process is clients want to see something visual. They don't want to get the big brochure, they don't want to get a lot of mail, but we're YouTube-centric, social media-centric kind of culture right now. Who's got that quick 30-second
Do
video?
you mean vines or a little bit longer than a vine?
I mean, like literally 30 seconds, you know, something that would be like a teaser.
On marketing headquarters, you can download and actually email it to your client. So if you have a client that comes in, says, I'm interested in Hawaii, you can email them the Hawaii video, brand it with Valerie Wilson.
Because we talked a lot about at the first panel about how you sell emotionally. You know, if you can get somebody emotionally connected it's an easier sales pitch, and sometimes a video is the right way. So is the place to go for that the website? Is anybody
Yes.
different?
YouTube, just pull everything off
Or
YouTube, we've got 3 minutes, 20 minutes.
3 minutes is way too long, no
You
client.
can
visits.
look
3
for the
minutes.
shortest clip possible, there's all these different versions of it.
We have both on our website and the links for YouTube, and most of them are 30 seconds, and they are geared towards couples, individuals, the charter market, whatever market you're after.
Great. Super, yeah.
Yeah, we have a conclusion panel where you can kind of tailor it to what your client wants versus then send them to the website, which is more global.
And for Royal, we've got a fantastic website called loyaltoyoualways.com. You'll find those in the emails I send out marketing to you. Many times they'll be pointing you back to those various resources, and you'll find those videos on there as well as any types of other flyers you might need.
Great. Questions from the audience? Yeah.
No, well, actually, we have the videos online, YouTube, 4 different snippets, vignettes, or whatever. But I still carry those little DVDs, so if you want one of those, I have one of those too.
That might get a little dated there, Liz, but.
I know, but you know, sometimes we're
DVD
old.
player anymore.
I know,
That's
in the
why.
computer. But sometimes I get requests for them, so I always carry a few.
Yeah, Jimmy.
I have a question about if one of our advisors wants to book a cruise through our GDS, let's say through Sabre, would all those promotions that are they all loaded, including the Lorenzo groups?
No.
No, okay.
That's on your VWT site, and
Site,
make sure you
okay.
know where to find it. One of the agents in the first panel at the first networking session had asked me, where is it? I said, it's for you guys to know, and we can hear this at all the travel agencies, that
But
have a
the-
similar model to VWT.
But the Virtuoso and all the promotions are in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to get, I just had Lauren Gay Travel do this, you
Yeah.
can just get set up, you just have to let us know, we'll set you up for SeaDream.
So some of them can put it through, Cruise and Power.
Okay,
but
because
then
they've asked me
others,
and I
yeah.
didn't know, okay.
And,
yeah.
sorry, and then also, I was just talking with Beth earlier, is that the Virtuoso promotion with Royal Caribbean, everything's done in the back end. So you no longer have to enter in promotional codes or send any coupons. It's
Which
done
is
in the back end.
brilliant.
You will receive.
Oh,
For
that's
everybody
great.
else on the panel who wants to listen.
Yeah.
Because I think that's our biggest frustration,
Yes.
is there's so much information, you can't always remember, did I remember to put in the promotion
Yes.
code, to get the discount, to get the shipboard credit, did I send the VIP, like, and booking a cruise in many cases is much easier, but in sometimes it's also more complicated because of the rules and policies. We are sadly starting to run out of time, so, other questions from the audience, or anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to touch on? So we are gonna end with, because, we are videotaping this, as I've mentioned, we are also promoting it on social media and Twitter, and I'm a big believer in taglines. I think, what's the one thing that can really sell your company? How do you differentiate yourself when there's so much in the marketplace right now? So when I say Valerie Wilson Travel, I say the power of access. That's something that all of us are getting a little bit more ingrained to say. So whether it be a tagline, something that you would want us to tweet, short and simple, and let's quickly define who you guys all are. So we'll start with Lucille.
SeaDream Yacht Club, it's yachting, not cruising.
Okay. Great. Anybody else? We'll just go around.
While on a Century Cruise vacation, we want you to remember everything.
Okay.
Royal Caribbean, Innovations at Sea.
Your world, your way. We're not an all-inclusive, but we can be by adding those luxuries. And the informal is we're the foodies cruise line.
I like that one.
Norwegian Cruise Line, cruise like Norwegian. Star Clippers is the authentic sailing adventure.
Windstar Cruises, it's all about you.
Crystal Cruises could get a new story.
And then Kathy's got an unofficial one. That's the official one that we've
My
used.
official one I have to say or I'll get killed by PR. But my new one is a new beginning.
And Paul Gauguin Cruises, I would say, to the soul of the South Pacific.
Terrific. So, as we walk away, and we have like about 3 minutes, so just a quick thought of where do you think the travel cruise industry is going to go? Any big, you have that crystal ball, is there something that you hear your company, the powers to be talking about, or your own personal vision of, there's been so much change over the last 20 plus years. Where do you think we'll be in 5 years?
Well, we're hoping that new builds continue and they continue to be bigger and bigger and bigger. It just helps us differentiate how different we've been.
So new builds, what else do you think more innovation, more multi-gen travel, more connecting suites?
It's gonna be more.
All of the
sorry.
above?
Yeah, all of the above, like we're building our ships for the multi-generational travel. And we are building them with more innovations on board. The ship is becoming, for us, the destination itself nowadays.
So not destination anymore, the ship is the destination, not necessarily where you're going in the world.
Exactly.
You can't be everything to everybody. I think you really have to specialize and find your niche. And make sure, as a good counselor, you sell the right product to the right client.
And I think, sort of what Lucille had said, you know, people love the small, intimate experience because daily we're bombarded with information and it's frenetic and there's lots of stress, and so people want to de-stress, and so they want to look for something that's really unique and special, and so sometimes they look for that small, intimate experience, and I think there's propensity to go small, but like my colleagues here, there's something for everybody, and I think matching the experience to what your clients are looking for, then you'll find something in the market, because we are all differentiating.
So on one last note, you guys all mentioned that for those of you who are more formal, you've gone more relaxed. There's nobody who, even Crystal has given up black tie nights. Do you foresee that swinging the pendulum going back ever?
You can still wear tuxedos on our ships if you want, but we just don't ever require it. We never did in the 11 years we're in business.
So relaxed elegance.
Yeah.
And that's always been Windstar's thing too. This is overdressing for men, so it's good to hear that you guys are catching up with that.
Go ahead.
No, I think the trend is that, you know, I think the cruise lines are seeing now that they have to go along with what society is doing. You know, and society's changed, especially with the dress. But for me, I think on the luxury sector, I mean, you guys in the mass market don't have trouble getting the younger crowd. But on the luxury sector, it's harder getting the younger crowd because they're thinking, oh, I'll go to a villa, I'll go, you know, stay at the George Saget. They're doing the FITs. And I think that for us, we need the help of the travel counselors and travel advisors to start letting them know that, you know, cruising on the luxury side is not for your parents. You know, I've been told that by the Jolies and the Leahs and the Jacks and the, you know, the younger people that are in this business, that, you know, well, my people who are 35 or 40 think it's for their parents, and the idea is to start to get the younger people to think, you know, that I can do a luxury cruise, and hey, it's cool, you know.
Kathy, you're leading right into something that I experienced a week ago. Virtuoso had a symposium in Berlin, and because of various meetings, I was there 6 nights, and over to hoteliers I said, you know, I can't remember spending 6 nights in any hotel for 30 years. And finally, later the second evening, Kimberly said, well, Mom, that's because you take a cruise vacation on your ship for your vacation. So it went around to everybody.
Right.
So on that note, that almost seems the perfect way to end, but yes, go ahead.
Sorry, and then
Yeah,
if I can
please.
also add, you know, for the bigger cruise lines, we've got a responsibility to ensure that when we bring on those first-time cruisers, that we give them that experience that is so amazing that they continue on throughout the rest of their lives. And as they start to graduate to those cruise lines, that it's more luxury, it's a smaller experience, that we get them there. And there's sometimes that you need to bring them along, and we've got to do that responsible party by saying, you know what, you're going to have a great time now, you're going to have a fantastic time.
Perfect. Any last comments, questions?
We create life-changing experiences, so know all of us, all of our how we're different, and sell the experience.
Oh, I got one more thing to say. I said in the last one, no, that also, you know, we are your partners. Where else do your clients go where they're encouraged to rebook, and that booking comes back to you? You know,
it was interesting. Yes,
Well, to be repeat guest, itinerary is so important. They said, oh, I've been there, oh, I've been there, I've been there. There is no place else that, you know, the cruise is going. And don't they have any better idea, or, you know, to
well, there's only so many ports you can
Yeah. So that's
Right.
one of the biggest things. Cruise company should think where else can we open the port? Or, too big of a ship, then they can go with a small boat to get into, have to have a more innovation,
Takami,
better idea.
anytime you have a suggestion, how are you? Send an email to us, because our chairman likes to talk about geography and destinations, and nobody likes to tender, unfortunately. They want to do that as little as possible. Our ships are mid-sized, you don't do a lot of tendering, but anytime you have a suggestion, let me know.
Talking of deployment, there's only so much we can do about that situation right now. Of course, going forward, that may be something they can develop. But what we have introduced are additional overnight stays. So we have 40 overnight stays in 40 different cities. So, while we can't change or add new ports, you can, elevate the experience while
Doing
in ports.
overland adventures,
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
where you can take those land trips from a port in order to get into certain places.
And I think that to them to make a decision, they will look at your itinerary, the ship's itinerary. Oh, I've done that, oh, I've done that.
So, it's interesting, I would encourage perhaps a flip on that, because the world is only so big and there are only so many ports that are able, that maybe we all need to think a little deeper about when you go to a port, what else is there to see? Because I'm a huge believer that just because you've been there once doesn't mean it's still the same today. 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So coming up to sort of what Ginny was saying with the sightseeing and the shore excursion, let's go a little, if there's an opportunity, go a little deeper, a little off the path, because I think consumers today are really looking for being a part of the community. They're looking for something authentic, something experiential. So maybe there's something all of us can collaborate together on to overcome the hurdle. Itineraries may not be changing, but maybe we can resell it in a way of saying, this is a new way to see X, Y, and Z port or whatever.
I'll just make a very quick comment. Maybe when you have clients that have been everywhere pretty much, it's time to go to the smaller ships, look at the smaller, because of our size, we're actually able to go to get into ports that the bigger ships cannot go, just like no offense to anybody, but that's the time when we have, we're past being doing like Western
So I know we went over a little bit, so I apologize. Thank you very, very much. I'm gonna end, which I did not end with the last time, but Valerie just refreshed my memory when she said it, but Matthew Upchurch in Berlin had probably what I thought was the most powerful phrase of the whole symposium. And he said, it's friends doing business with friends. It's the relationship that we develop. We recommend our clients to our friends because you treat them as our friends and our valued clients. So perhaps we can all go away from this panel. Thank you very much for your time, advisors. And we will do it all over again tomorrow with a new set of cruise lines for those hours. Thank you for having us all.